Alright guys, back here at Nationals again with another deck profile. And this one's probably the most important deck profile in the room to be in for everybody at home. This is everybody's MVP right now. He got top 32 with what?
Yamcha.
Yamcha. Yes, this leader is probably the only other playable leader that's red other than Pan, and he killed it. He got top 32. He only lost one time in Swiss.
I lost twice in Swiss, one to U7 lockout, and the other was to Hero Storm.
So you have grid matchups across the board. The way he's got a Zed builder and his side deck just clears the way. Let's go ahead and get into it, man.
All right, sounds good, man. So starting off here, real standard.
You can talk about your leader, yeah?
Yeah. So for the Yamcha leader, you're actually going to have, it's your standard burst 2. There's nothing real special about them on the side here, but the burst is actually real important for the sparking effects once you do awaken. You got your standard restand 2 energy, but here's the real fun part. On the awaken side here, once you do have your sparking 5, you're going to get crit on all of your leader attacks. Very vital for the lockout when you're looking to hand control them. On top of that, you get to activate main once per turn, choose one of your battle cards. It gets to swing on any of their active battle cards. Amazing for as far as getting rid of their free blockers to make room for your in-game finishers. Just really good for being able to clear up their combo power on board as well for those in-game pushes. Incredibly strong leader for being able to control the board. Get into the Self-Awakeners here. We've got your Intensifying Power Trunks. Incredibly strong, again, continues with the crit synergy. It's going to get you down to that 4 life to be able to awaken, so that way you can start using your leader's sparking effect. Very strong in the build. Next, the very spicy one drop, the Baba. Baba's got a little bit to her. What she does is when she comes into play, you're going to be able to grant one of your Earthling cards an extra 5k, so free combo power, and then when she's comboed off the field, you get to draw a card and then minus one of your opponent's cards by 5k. Very strong. Next up, I run 2 Kaba as well, just to be able to improve your ratio, so that way you are finding your Self-Awakeners and you're really getting to make use of that life.
That early game pressure.
Yeah, because that's what you're looking to do. Realistically with these here, you're trying to just throw as many cards in hand as possible and then just swing with the crits. Next up, continuing the Self-Awakeners, we've got your Digging Deep Vegeta. Incredibly important because you're generally going to get about 2 attacks off on your 1-drop Self-Awakeners before they get knocked off the field. So then Digging Deep is going to come in, he's going to swing, let you grab those next 2 cards to be able to awaken and continue your plays from there.
And also Crisis Crusher.
Yes, very, very important to get around that so you can awaken. Next we have the MVP of the deck. We have the 2-drop promo Yamcha. With this deck profile here, about 70% of the deck is Earthling. So when he attacks, you're going to be able to look at the top 3 cards of your deck, find an Earthling, and then add it to your hand. Incredibly strong stat line, being a 2-drop 15k, very vital in the early game. Just really good for being able to add that hand advantage against your opponent while also putting on the pressure. Next, we have one of our big bombs here. I run 4 of the Yamcha at 100%. When he comes into play, you can go ahead and burst 5 if your leader is Earthling, which Yamcha is, to be able to make sure that he goes up to 25,000, his attack cannot be negated, and then when he KOs a battle card, you burn them for 2 damage. Incredibly important synergy with the leader, so that way you can go ahead and grant him active attacker, so if they have any of those 5k combo pieces on the field, you're getting that guaranteed burn unless they're able to combo out way more in hand, which then again gives you an advantage. For these super combos, I run the Sparking variant solely because you are going to be bursting so much into your deck. You're going to be able to find the 5 a lot easier than you're going to be able to go down to the 4 life. Especially important for those matchups where they are going to try and stall you. This makes sure that your super combos are always going to be live. Next up, we've got your standard chain attack here. It's going to be another active attacker, evolves off of our 1-drops to keep him safe. And it also lets you flood the board. So a lot of the deck is full of the 15Ks, even the 2-drop Yamcha, to be able to continue your search and hand advantage. Incredible synergy with the deck. got one of our other big bombs here, which is the Miraculous Comeback Ultimate Gohan. As you may have noticed, a lot of the deck is filled with the 5Ks, as you are going to be comboing out a lot of your hand to be able to extend your pressure, so that way you can play this card a lot cheaper, and you're also making sure that your power is going to be high for the opponent to make sure that they have to take the damage, which then you get to follow up with the crits, and if they combo out of the damage, then you just ride the crit aggression. Next up, we have our 1 negate. We have Topo here. He doubles as a negate for those matchups where you do need it, as well as being a 2-drop 20k. And on top of that as well, with the leader synergy, you can give him the active attacker, so that way when he KOs one of your opponent's combo pieces, he's able to restand and then keep attacking for the whole turn.
My favorite card.
Gives you a lot of value, man.
And kill all the Gotens.
Yeah, all the Gotens, all the free blockers. Get them out of here. Next, we have one of the big pieces of the deck for those all-in turns. You have the Fearless Pan here. Great synergy with the Chain Attack Trunks. Once you go ahead and build your board, you can go ahead and Chain Attack her out and make sure that auto resolves on the field. Also really good synergy with the leader, because then your Yamcha leader is going to be a 20k double strike crit. Very strong pressure. Next up, we have one of the tech options in main deck, which is going to be your Glory Obsessed Prince Vegeta. This is more so for those matchups where they are trying to wall you off with the Vegito, to where you can't remove him off the field. This is basically just the battering ram of the deck to be able to clear up that board, so that way you can keep swinging at the leader.
It's one of the least important cards in the deck.
Yeah,
because you can already attack actives.
Realistically, for those, you're going to end up charging, but for those matches where you do want that extra 10k on those battle cards, this is going to be one of the ways that you can get it.
Good chain attack target,
yeah. Speaking of chain attack targets here, we have one of the best cards to draw into as well. This is what's really going to fuel your aggro, because you're going to be able to just throw your 5Ks at the opponent to make sure that they are taking that damage, and then refill your hand with the burst attack. Also really good synergy with chain attack to be able to lower your hand size while establishing the board. Incredible synergy with the pan as well. Gives you another double strike crit. Another tech option in the main deck, we have the 2 Frost. And with the Yamcha leader, this is just going to make whatever Frost dies on their side of the field, it's dead. Because there's nothing to where they can just leave cards in active mode anymore.
There's not a way to actually stop this effect.
Nope, because even if the attack is negated, the card is getting KO'd after the battle. Incredibly strong, 15k as well, can be chain attacked onto the field.
If someone blocks this, both cards die.
That is correct, because the first card is going to die from the effect, and then you enter battle on the second one there. Incredibly strong combo. Next, we have our Jank Pans of the deck. This right here is just, again, to go ahead and blanket the board to where you're going to just be buffing up all the creatures that you're putting down, so that way, for those all-in pushes, this is what he's there for. And on top of that as well, he also bounces back to your hand at the end of the turn, as well as for a combo piece. So he comes in, gets to grant that buff effect, swings on the turn,
for 20k.
At the end of the turn, comes right back into your hand. Very good.
It's my favorite cards.
And then we have our one and only extra card in the deck, the Planet M2. This is going to be your Crisis Crush or Clearer as well. And if they don't have that, this is just a really strong turn 1 play, just to be able to generate that combo power every single turn, which then is going to give you that card advantage to be able to swing for the game at the end.
Immense value.
Yes. Just a quick little overview of the side deck. For those Storm and Shinron matches, do have the 4 after image technique. Now this is going to be upgraded to main deck after my experience in the tournament here. Wasn't sure how I'd feel with it not being a 5k to throw at my opponent every turn.
So you feel like you need to main deck this now?
Yes, just solely because the real usefulness of this card is that you're going to get your sparking so quick with the burst, and this is going to protect your battle cards on field to where not only are you getting to awaken faster, but you're keeping your 1-drops. That's the main utility out of this one. We have our standard Zeno. For those the matches that go late where they want to turtle up and just keep that hand count high, this is what's going to give you that reset to where you can continue the aggro from there. Very strong for as far as the reset goes and clearing off the board control. Next, we have our Spicy combo, which is the Dark Duo Bobbity. And the real combo that comes from this card right here is for your 3-drop Yamcha. And what I've been able to do with that, either the 3-drop Yamcha or the Miraculous, when you do go ahead and burst to be able to make sure that your attack cannot be negated and it's the 25k with the burn effect, you can then either hard cast your Babidi or chain attack him out on the field, target this card, restand him again, gets to attack to burn again, attack cannot be negated. Very strong all-in play if the game does go late, and it creates a setup to where they really either have the card advantage or they don't, and they have to take the life damage and lose. And just an incredibly strong combo for the late game decks. Next up, just continuing the Babidi synergy, do run the Devorahs, just again for the late game decks, where they're going to go late, you're going to take that card advantage away. He just comes in, he gets the barrier with Babidi as well, so he cannot be removed, and he's another 20k just swinging on him every turn. Up last on the side, we have the Haru Margin Attacker. This is going to be for your droid matchups right here, just to be able to continue that crit pressure and give you that +1 on energy if the game does go late. Just an incredibly strong card where I stated that we're trying to lower your hand size to make sure that you're getting the procs for the Miraculous and the burst attack.
And chain attacking to this against androids is literally game.
+2. Just an incredibly strong card. Getting that right there, you're flooding the board, and Haru really helps you with
My
that.
old Xeno Trunks deck played that combo. It's pretty nice.
But yeah, that's pretty much the deck here. Realistically, it's your red deck wins in DBS format. You're just looking to make sure that your timing attack is there. That's the real key to the deck, because you are running a lot of crits to where you can kind of control that hand advantage. And then once you have the setup, fearless pan and go in, baby.
All right, thanks for the deck profile, man, and it's a pleasure to see you.
You're very welcome, man.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
See you guys next.